How does it feel to play your last game in the Kill Center?
Just blessed to be in this position. Grateful for the coaches, the staff, everybody that's been a part of the journey. They had to take me here. Excited that we, did what we did today. Big 12 regular champions, and just grateful for the opportunity.
For anybody, Coach Lloyd said that Iowa State is, quote, a pain in the ass to play against. Maybe in the past, you guys had some struggles against teams like that. Not the case this year or tonight. Do you feel like you've gotten tougher over the last 2 years of being in the Big 12, more physical?
Yeah, for sure. I think this league forces you to test yourself day in and day out. And there's such a dynamic amount of teams with different play styles, so you're gonna get tested all throughout. And I think it's a great, sort of preparation period for the conference season for Morris as well. So I think we've been taking some hits, last year, this year, but I think it's part of the way that we bounce back and the way that we've been able to sort of galvanize as a group.
How happy are you guys to have Dwayne back and to make such a big impact after being out a couple games?
Yeah, he's great. Obviously, what he went through to be able to step up and come in, against one of the best teams, it's pretty special. He got a big plays and you got the crowd going for sure, and that was, exciting to see for him.
It just shows, his character, always, ready when your name's called. I feel like that dunk is probably one of the biggest plays of the game. Just across the offensive glass and get the crowd going. So it definitely was a game changer.
This is for whomever. If you could talk about the impact Priebus has defensively for you guys, one, and two, how improved he's come from September.
Yeah, he's a tremendous force. Just the way he's able to move his feet at that size, and he's so strong. I think it's something underrated about him. He's a force, and a lot of the times he's saving our behinds. When we get beat, and he's down there saving it. So he's a tremendous, have on this team. Sort of the unsung hero of this team. He's been a rock throughout the whole season. I feel like he should get a slide a little more. But obviously he's coming off injury last year. Just the way that he's been able to work with the line to get himself to prepare for the season, and then just to grow and build throughout the whole season. It's been incredible to watch, and it's just a testament to who he is as a player.
As your guys' time at Arizona comes to a close, what do you want the Tucson community, the fan base to remember about you, but more importantly, kind of just this team and the journey that you all have been on?
I feel like people have a good sense of how much we like each other and how much we enjoy being around each other. Off the court, on the court. That's something that's special that you see later on when you get through March and people say after they're winning, but I think this team has a genuine care for each other, and you can see it on the court. No one cares about stats, no one cares about minutes. It's just pure joy for winning, and that's something we've been able to keep going strong all year.
This question is for any of you. What's one piece of advice you give to an upcoming freshman who's coming to the team next year?
I would just say serve the game. Do everything the right way, and it's going to treat you. The game's going to treat you well. Come on, work every day. Find your older guy, push him. He knows a lot of the tools and stuff. So just be a sponge, learn, and just give it your all.
How long do you guys allow yourselves to enjoy this before you start focusing on the rest of what's going on in March?
I think it's just about staying in the moment, appreciating it. Not taking it for granted, obviously. We get a ring, we get to cut that stuff, and we get to do it on the whole floor. But I would say don't get drunk off the field. We still have the big role, obviously. But again, this is one of the milestones we've been looking forward to from the beginning of the season, and we've achieved it. So, I think we should give ourselves a pat on the back. But don't get stuck in there. We still got work to do. So.
Dale, you've been on a tremendous heater in the last 2-3 weeks. What's been the difference from you?
I think it's credit to my teammates firstly. They've never lacked belief in me or confidence. And that's another credit to this team. I'm able to do what I can do, whether I'm playing good, bad, whatever. These guys will always understand what I bring, and vice versa to them. That's something that has helped me through the year, the ups and downs. Obviously, coaches, putting the work in, just staying positive. I know what I can do. I know how good I am at certain things, and just trusting it. Some nights it goes, some nights it doesn't. you can't get so down and you can't get back out.
How has it felt though? Because, you know, it's a weight off your shoulder, or what has it feel?
I mean, it feels great, obviously, to play better, it feels unbelievable, and to keep winning, I think that's the best thing, when I can have a stretch where it wasn't the best, and we're still winning, that's the best feeling, that shows how good we are. It can be anyone's night, any night, it makes teams really hard to scout us, because we have so many guys that can do so many things. That was the best thing, I mean, I can sit here and be, you know, in a hole and worry about myself, but we're still winning, so like, I gotta be the best teammate I can.
Jaden, you've been consistent all year, I know, but did you even feel that, you know, 3 years here, last time out in McHale, any more sense of urgency or just wanting to really, you know, a little different tone to this for you?
Just grateful to be here. I wouldn't be here without my teammates. They make it so much easier for me. Tobe cleaning up the rebounds, Mo cleaning up, Deli just being the threat out there. So I'm just a little piece of the puzzle. Grateful to just be in this position from McHale.
You were a part of that team that won the last Pac-12 title. How does that compare to this year?
If I'm honest, I don't remember that one. I don't. But I'm gonna remember this one. Big 12, best conference in college basketball right now. Just doing it with my brothers. Just know stuff we talked about before the season. You know, it's clicking, but you know, March is a special month in basketball. We still got a lot of room to go.
This question's for all three of you. Your time at McHale or playing at McHale is over. What was your guys' favorite game to play here?
I think the one that comes to mind is when we played Ohio State last year. Caleb winning that shot. That's probably the loudest I've heard of Caleb, you know, since I've been here. Another wide-out game, so I think that was a surreal environment to be a part of.
Yeah, I probably said coincidentally both Iowa State games. Last year and this year. It's pretty hard to top a win and you get the championship outright.
Yeah, for sure. Same thing. I mean, that shot that Caleb did, that's classroom stuff, merch basketball stuff that you see. You don't get to witness that in person, so you know it's crazy.
Dylan, how's your ankle? Did any lingering anything with that, or is it past you now at this point?
It's great. J-Rock, Melly, all the guys in the training room, they're the best. I've never seen anyone like them. Obviously, you go through what I went through only a week ago. They've been able to speed run me, and it feels great. I wouldn't be able to play at all if it wasn't for those guys.
You said you did like 15 hours a day or something on that Texas trip.
Yeah, basically like the Houston games at 2, we probably go back at around 5, and it was like straight to it. He was in the hotel room 24/7. You know, breakfast, lunch, and dinner on the road. That whole 5-day trip, like I can't thank J-Rock enough and all those guys. They seriously like took me from no chance to I'm 110%.
So I was wondering, yeah, did you ever think it could keep you out for a game or anything, or you know, have any doubts about it?
Nah, I basically just listened to J-Rock and did everything I could, and just not try to like psych myself out on the feelings. He's got a repertoire for these sort of things, and you know his resume on building that is unbelievable. So I just trusted him.
For anybody, he wasn't the only one who guarded Jefferson, but Koa was on him a lot, and Jefferson ended up 2 for 17 in this game. What did you guys think of Koa's defense in that matchup?
Cole is great on both ends of the floor, and it showed tonight to take on that matchup. It's a tough matchup. He's physical, can step out, shoot a 3. Hats off to Cole, paid attention to the scout. That was a tough task, and he did a great job.
These games, the last few that you've played, just the kind of gauntlet you've had, they feel more like March games, and as the stakes elevate, the young guys on your team, how do you just kind of use these experiences to help them understand what it feels like to get into the tournament here in a couple weeks?
Yeah, man, I think that's the whole sort of thing about playing the Big 12. It does get you ready for March. I think during this last stretch, we played some pretty aggressive teams that sort of trying to get you out of the beginning of the game, dropping the ball screen, super handsy on defense. So, I think that goes well for March. When we're in, high-level environments, both teams' crowds are going crazy. We've been tested, we've been trapped before, we've been strong before, we've been doubling the post before. So, I think, again, we're just building the repertoire to, make our best push in March.
One more question for you guys.
I was just wondering for Deli and Tobe, both you guys, took these roles being starters last year, playing off the bench. I know Tobe, you said something about early that you knew what Tommy was trying to build. Did you think it would be like this? It would come out as well as it has?
I mean, I didn't really look too far down this line, but I knew that if we put the right pieces in place, we could be something special. So yeah, I mean, honestly, I just trusted Coach to the max. I know his character as a person and as a coach, and there's nobody else, Coach wise, I wouldn't trust him when it comes to that kind of stuff. He's always looked out for me as a person and as a player, so I didn't really, I didn't really, think twice about doing that, in the beginning of the season.
Dale, your thoughts on that? Just kind of how your role fit into the way this team worked out?
Yeah, it's at the start it's definitely interesting because it's something I've never been through in my life, so it's like I didn't know what to expect. But like Tobe said, like we know Coach and we know what the team has and what we can bring, and he trusts us to the max. With like he doesn't care about what the stats say or what like the lineup says or anything like that. He just puts you in there and instills the most confidence in you and tells you to go out there and have fun and kill it. And I think it's been great for our team. I think like with me watching Tobe, the way he attacks him, the way he accepts that role and is able to turn it into his own thing. I mean, I think that's huge for our team. And then it takes out so much ego and so much selfishness and all those feelings that can bring a team down. So a guy like Tobe that can just accept that so well and thrive off it, it's helped our team tremendously.
Yeah, thanks guys.
Yeah.